Gang Jamie Aston. It's solo time. This is my first solo cross country, and we are going to be flying to two different destinations. First, we're going to Texarkana, Arkansas. One of my requirements is to fly to a towered airport and perform 3 full stop taxibacks. This is the actual flight from Little Rock, North Little Rock to Texarkana. Right now I'm contacting North Little Rock traffic to alert them I'm departing runway number 5. North Little Rock is a non-towered airport, so we must communicate with one another to avoid collisions and things like that. Not sure if you noticed that windsock that was to the left when we were taking off. It was almost straight out. And if you are a pilot and you notice that, you'll also notice that I did not correct for my crosswind, which is why I am to the right of the runway. When I lifted up, the airplane went with the wind. To correct that, you have to turn your ailerons into the crosswind, and I did not do that. I was very nervous, this being my first solo flight. Solo cross country. I had flown solo before, but now everything is real. I take it up, I have to bring it down. It was also a very gusty day. It was beautiful outside, but it was gusty. North Little Rock is under a Class C airspace, and I'm not going to fly into that. The airspace starts at 2,100 feet. Right now I'm under a leg that starts at 1,800 feet. To the left is the Big Dam Bridge over the Arkansas River, and I am flying above Interstate 430. If you look at the water, you can tell how gusty the wind is. It's not calm at all. This flight was very testy for me leaving Little Rock. I just could not maintain a level flight, trimming things off. I was having to pilot the airplane the whole time. Things did stabilize the further I got south, closer to Texarkana, like now. A lot smoother. My nerves were calm enough that I could work my cell phone. Now around this point, I need to contact the Texarkana tower to alert them that what my intentions are. That just basic requirements is just radio contact. Say, hey, I'm coming in to land, and they're going to tell me what runway and things like that. Texarkana Tower sounds clear to land runway number 4. So we're on the downwind leg right now, and we're going to be coming in to runway number 4. Check it out. And for those who do not fly, I'm actually teaching you the pattern names for each stage of the pattern. We make a box rectangle around the runway. So when we leave the downwind, we are now turning into the base. This is a base turn for runway number 4. We are now turning final for runway number 4. At the Tower Airport, I do not have to communicate my position because they are keeping track of me and keeping distance from the other aircraft. At a non-towered airport, you need to call out each one of your positions. If you're on the upwind, crosswind, downwind, base, or final. So here we are coming in, and we're maintaining pretty good. I just pulled some more of the engine power right there. The runway was assured. Coming on in. Okay. Dang it, we're right. Just before the 1,000-foot markers right there, and we were a little bit right. What you don't hear is Tower telling me to exit the runway and to contact ground on their frequency. Let's see if you were paying attention. When I was landing, there was an airplane holding short. It was a Cessna Skyhawk. And right now, we have a jet that's right behind that Cessna, which I'm going to now be behind. We are now clear of the runway, and this is what that looked like on the GPS. We came in and we landed the airplane on runway number 4. Yay. Now, for this flight where we took off at 2:30 p.m. in North Little Rock and we landed in Texarkana at 3:50 p.m. So hour 20 minutes. Average airspeed was 101 to 115 knots. Alright, we got a jet in front of us that's going to be taking off, and we're going to hold back because there's going to be some weak turbulence from this jet. So we're going to just hold back. No need to do anything besides I need to. That was my third takeoff. Third landing, and this will be my third takeoff, so I'm going to depart this pattern. We're going to head to Warren if we got time. So, yeah, we need to change the batteries. I don't know what happened with that. Hot in the airplane, so there's no AC in this one I'm flying, so we have to open that window. I did not record me taking off down to Warren, but when I did take off, you notice that Cessna was in front of the jet. The lady flying that Cessna was having radio communication issues, and Tower was very upset with her because she was not responding back, and she was still in the pathway of that jet taking off. And when I was flying to Warren, she ended up getting in my way as well on her return, and Tower was really letting into her. So I did not get any of that recorded. But this is the flight from Texarkana to Warren. You know, it was actually a little hard for me to find this airport. I was flying, I said, I know it has to be somewhere up here. Push come to shove, I'll just do a flyover. But I finally saw it amongst all those trees. Very tall trees. But here we are, we're coming in. And we're just gonna do a final right here. And this airport is non-towered. It doesn't even have a weather reporting system or anything like that. So I had to use a nearby airport for the weather, and I made my determination for this runway. Now here's the deal. I decided to slip this airplane down because we were coming in a little bit fast and we were a little bit high because I saw the runway a little bit late. So I slipped the airplane down. That's why the rate of descent was a little bit faster. And this time we passed the 1,000-foot markers, but good landing. This was the landing. Pretty dang good. And this is some of the stats from that flight. We took off at 4:15 p.m. and we landed at 5:25 p.m. The average speed, which looks like a headwind, was about 80 to 100 knots at different points on this flight. So another pretty fun flight. Hey, I just landed. Do what? Yeah, here I am. There's my mom right there. Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna get out right here though. That was all right, I'm gonna get out, say hi real quick. I just landed, and guess who's here? All right, asked my mom to meet me at this little airport. I flew all the way just to show her. 200 miles so far. I got another 100 to go. Love you, Mom. All right, I gotta take off. You're gonna see me take off in this direction, okay? Runway 3, I'm gonna come back around, and I just gotta go back now. Yeah, that was just 97 miles from Texarkana. Love you. All right, now I'm gonna check everything out real quick, make sure it's all good, make sure I don't need any oil, then we're gonna get out of here. All right, we checked everything out. Everything looks good. Gotta go ahead and get my map and all my stuff ready to go so I can get everything ready to go. We didn't need any oil. All right, I'm about to run up and do some stuff, and then you'll see me get up out of here, okay? I'm gonna taxi all the way down this little strip right here, this taxiway, and then I'm gonna get off. Like the wind is coming in here, so there's a little crosswind with the but it is coming in from this direction, but it's a slight crosswind coming out of number 4. So it's a minor crosswind. Let's start the plane back up. Make sure that beacon is on. Mixer full rich. Prime, we don't need the prime, just throttle open, just a little bit of brakes. Clear prop! Master on, which is on. Fuel pump on. Mags. And we're gonna start it. Huh? Now, I'm not just talking to myself. I'm doing the checklist, but I also have my mom on the phone, so I'm talking with her a little bit. That's why when I was about to start the engine, I hesitated because she said something, and I said, huh? So that's what that was all about. But we are about to fly back to North Little Rock, to KORK. This airport is 3M or 3 Mike 9er. Just waved off to her. I did explain to her that what I was going to be doing, going down here on the taxiway, get down here, do the run up. And I even explained to her that there was a crosswind. So here's the flight from Warren up to North Little Rock. We're pretty much ready to go. Again, you all pay attention. I knew that there was a slight crosswind, right? Okay, let's go. Looks like I'm a little jumpy. I am. We didn't get close to trees or anything like that, but I did not correct for my crosswind, so the airplane blew a little bit to the left, and all I saw were those trees, and that freaked me out. That feeling was crazy. I said, shoot, let's go as fast as we can back to North Little Rock and put this airplane on the ground. That really freaked me out, even though, as you can see in the video, it wasn't that bad or anything like that. We're now in Little Rock, and that's the Arkansas River up ahead, which is where North Little Rock is. Flying back, the weather was a lot better than when I left. Things were a lot more smooth. I think the trial by fire happened, so I was a lot more relaxed. And again, I turned the camera off, or the battery died, so we do not get to see the landing. But this is what it looked like coming from down south. We're under the 1,800 or 1,800 foot shelf, and we landed runway number 5. All right, we took off at 5:42 p.m. We landed at 6:42 p.m. Flight altitude plan was 45 or 4,500 feet, and the average speed was actually about 80 to 90 knots. So we had a headwind or something just slowing us down, but it was a smooth flight. That was the final left. I didn't turn the camera back on, but that's not important. We're on the ground, so that means we landed. We were so close. We were just all right. That was it. Very, very fun. Very, very exciting. There are some things to learn from this flight. I think I was really rattled from a couple of things. Number one, the first was departing North Little Rock with those winds. That was nerve-wracking, trying to trim things off and have a smooth flight. Second was that takeoff from Warren with those trees. Now, both North Little Rock and Warren, I did not correct for my crosswind. I am much better at that now. I learned my lesson from this day. This day, I correct for my crosswind. In fact, my instructor says things about I'm flying with someone new these days, and so they've commented on that. Number 3 was when I was flying back, there was another airport. I used an ADS-B on my tablet with the Stratix Raspberry Pi setup, and there were some airplanes around me below or under, and I could not see them. But there was more of it wasn't a collision alert or anything like that, but I ended up doing a loop. I could not find them, so I did a 360 in the sky to turn back and avoid the traffic and just make sure it wasn't anything in my pathway. So that was cool. I love to fly with that ADS-B so I can see the other aircraft around me. Everyone else might not fly with that, so they might not see me, which is again why when I fly over, whenever I fly and I get near other airports, I always tune into the frequencies near those airports if I'm in an airspace or altitude nearish to what someone might be flying in around those, so I can know what they're doing, and if anything, I can communicate what I'm doing. yeah, this is what it is. You know, sometimes in my mind, it's like, you know what, if I had an airplane, I would just jump in it and leave and go somewhere. But there's a lot that you have to do planning. There's a lot that you have to do once you get there in the airplane. Make sure the airplane is airworthy. Make sure that your fluids and everything else that you need is there. Make sure that you're safe, your mind is good and clear, your health is good, you don't have any substances in your body. Make sure you have all your equipment that you need, you know, things like that. So, but I really, really enjoy flying. Stay tuned for the next video because the very next day we did another cross country solo up north. And that was a very fun trip. Very, very fun trip. There's my Stratix right there. Everything's going in the backpack. And so are you all. It is dark time. Thank you all for watching. If you all have any comments, questions, any feedback, please leave a comment. Contact me at jamieaston.com. YouTube, the About page has my email address. And you can find me on Instagram at Jamie Aston. Thank you all for watching. Jamie Aston out.